Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Leeuwen certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
Mama wanna tell you where it's at. I wanna get that.
It's World Sidecarcross time again, folks, and after a fantastic round one in the Czech Republic, we're off to Lange in Estonia for round two. With 3 more races ahead of them, our crews must make every single turn of those 3 wheels count. And believe me, they will. Thank you for joining us for round 2. Now sit back and enjoy what's coming up.
Well, this is how they came away from the Czech Republic with a slender 3-point lead for Van Leeuwen on top of the pile. Reigning champion Bax there in third. There's a new name there in the number 75, Tim Lefferink, a star of the future. And the rest of the crews there making up the numbers in the Czech Republic. Tartu is the second largest city in Estonia, famous for its university dating back to the 17th century. There are numerous classical buildings and wide open streets. The ruined cathedral has been rebuilt at either end, creating viewing platforms for the thousands of tourists visiting Tartu each year. There's much to see and do in Tartu, and we were all totally impressed by the beauty and diversity. What's more, it's only 9 kilometres from the Lange Motorkeskus, our home for the weekend. And if we thought Tartu was impressive, the motorsport facility was not that far behind. Full-size outdoor and indoor kart track right next door to the motocross circuit gave us the chance to play a little and see what 3 wheels could do against 4. Julian Veldman and André Chermak came away from Jenin just 3 points behind the series leaders.
Well, we have a different bike, a different engine for the sound control and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we changed the engine now, put a new one in for the weekend. So yeah, then everything is fresh again. Put some new stickers on and yeah, well, then we can go again.
The red plate is firmly screwed to the front of the number 2 bike, that of Marvin van Leeuwen.
Yeah, we're feeling very good. We can start with the red plate, so yeah, for sure we are happy to be that on our bike. So yeah, we are ready for it. We go after technical control. We go with the team to do a walk around the track. But I like it to have some new tracks in the calendar. It's always nice to on a new track. It's for everyone the same. So yeah, I'm very excited for tomorrow.
Defending champion Etienne Bax with Nicolas Mousset sits third, but he's very keen to change all that.
Oh, well, we feel good. We had an early flight this morning, and yeah, it's okay. I did not see anything of the track yet. We just arrived, so yeah, we will check the track and hopefully it will be a good weekend. Yeah, we're ready for the fight. As I've seen in the videos on YouTube, it's a little bit sandy, this track, so it must be good for us, for the Dutch guys. So hopefully the rain stays away a little bit and we can make some nice racing. And yeah, of course we come here for win. So.
Others were not so lucky in Jenin, so a good result here is even more important. Adrian Petter from Germany is one of those.
Yeah, it's still a world championship, and yeah, for our sponsors and also for us, it was a short season, so we try to do every race what we can. We are won in French championship, in the Dutch championship, and in Belgium, so we have done a lot of races, a lot of kilometers, and yeah, it's just a world championship, and we want to finish in the top 15 if it's possible, so we are here and ready to do it.
Etienne Back said this track is sandy and might suit the Dutch boys. Let's join our man out there, Bradley Hicks.
We are here in Lange in Estonia, and alongside me is a very familiar face indeed, Kasper Stupoulis. How are we doing?
I'm good.
That's all good. So we're here right on the first corner, looking back at the starting gate, and what I can see here, Kasper, is a very wide gate into a very thin corner. How do you approach this?
It is like you said, it's we always say the start is important, but this track is for sure the start really important because it is a little bit soft. It has been raining a little bit, so it's more or less like a one-liner. So I think from the middle to the right side is the best places, but sometimes when you come from outside, there can be some traffic or crashes in the first corner and you can drive around. So normally the inside would be better.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see in the races, but now what we're going to do, we're going to go to another section of the circuit and we'll see you there. Here we are then, around halfway around this 1.6 kilometre circuit, and this part of the circuit there, Kasper, it looks very, very challenging indeed. Now, with a corner like this, yourself, how would you tackle it?
Yeah, now obviously we can see that the track is flat and everything looks nice, but normally there is like two lines will become in the race. Like inside is which way is always the shortest way, but it gets really rough and deep, and then later in the race probably the outside is the place where you can pass and overtake some guys. So, and it's also obviously flatter and not that deep.
Of course, and this is one of the only overtaking opportunities as well. So a decision has to be made.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the third and final part of our track walk here, Kaspers, and a very technically challenged part of the circuit as well. We've not got two, but 4 double jumps in succession. Cool. What is going through your mind right at the beginning there?
Yeah, when the track is smooth and flat, it's not so difficult to do a double-double, but later in the race when it becomes rough, it's really key, because if you case those jumps and you don't jump it, you lose a lot of time, and sometimes for the left-hander sidecars it's advantage because they have a flat line. So yeah, it's really technical place.
It certainly looks that way, and I can't wait to see it in a race situation. But in the meantime, thank you very much to you at home there watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Well, what a track it is. Fantastic. Looking forward to race 1. That's how they line up from qualifying. Bax was really quick round here. Group A doing well, but Julian Veldman there, what a season he's having. Probably one of his best. I know it's a short one, but it's a great season. Williamson there out of the top 10 in qualifying, but rest assured he'll make sure of that. Brown and Miller are the only Brits to make the trip here, and they are down in 14th place. Looking further down the ice, Paul Horton of Britain as well in there as well, and some of the locals making up the numbers. You can already see the quads have been out. It's been heavy rain overnight. It dug out for race 1 here. The track very, very soft, deep ruts. Everybody knows what to expect. They talk about the sand and the deep stuff, but there you can see the number 6 of Kurt Varick and Larry Kunas, Gert van Verven, with Ben van den Bogart alongside there, Veldman, number 31, and Andre Chermak, mega powered on the CPD chassis, right alongside Marvin van Lukene and Robbie Bax. Red plate then for the first time this season for Van Lukene, Etienne Bax. They're all starting very closely here. And there, that young Tim Lefferink, number 75, 17 years of age, that boy, has come up through the Dutch schoolboy academy, if I can call it that. You know, they've got a program called Kids and Sidecars where these young guys get on bikes at very, very tender ages. Hermans, Glenn Janssens. Koen Hermans carrying number 3, vivid yellow helmet, easy to pick him out. And there, Justin Kuban and Nicky de Bruyne, number 14. Lining up on that side, they're all looking for the outside. Marcus Normack and Carl Albert Casasalu, carrying a very big number indeed. Lucas Czerny on the Java. Bastien Chopin, his French passenger, riding number 25. And they're the number 34 crew, Tano Reisner and Marcus Lina. Quite a few local guys here, of course. Sidecar motocross very strong in the Baltic states. Daniel Williamson in the middle of the picture there, 111. He and Rodolphe Le Breton. And there Jake Brown with Joe Millard with one of 2 left-handed sidecars. Is that going to be an advantage or a disadvantage? We do not know. Robert Lisa and Rija Tal. The rest of these guys getting into line. Gerd Jordev with Kasper Stupelis, the man who did our track walk for us. Kasper's, of course, reigning world champion passenger. The final board, look at the state of that start-finish straight. Look how boggy it is already. The gate goes down and away they go. Up to the top of the hill. Who's going to get the whole shot? Well, it's looking good for Van Lukener. Marvin Van Lukener, the red plate hits the front with Koen Hermans going with him. Veldman, number 31, on the outside at the first left-hander. Oh, already massive trouble. Big shunt at the first turn. That's got everybody hooked up. Van Verven's in there. Hermans is in there. What how did that happen? Somebody got it wrong and got it crossed up, and it was Koen Hermans. Number 3, Koen Hermans. Look at this massive tangle. This is going to let everyone up front get away with a clear track. I've never seen anything like that in a World Championship race, not in my recent years anyway. Fantastic stuff. Now Hermans is going to get away bog last. Absolutely bog last. The number 34 crew there, well, they're pretty well down the order as well. Van Lukener, though, he and Robbie Bax out in front and going well. They were so lucky to get the whole shot. They stayed out of trouble. You can see how much this track dug up during practice and qualifying. The quads have been on it, of course, because we have a round of the EMX European Quad Championship as well. Deep ruts already, but these guys from the Low Countries, and I say that with the greatest respect, Holland and Belgium, these guys know how to ride the sand, don't they? They certainly do. Veldman and Van Lukener. Veldman having an absolutely cracking season with that mega bike. He has gelled with Andre Cermak, the younger of the 2 Cermak brothers, who of course were a force in their own right when they rode together before Thomas was injured, and that really curtailed his career. Veldman looking strong here. The long, lanky Julian Veldman, who, when I first got into this 2017, was a mere kid himself. He came up through the Dutch junior program as well, as did this lad, Tim Lefferink. Tim Lefferink, number 75, with Kostas Beletskas, the Lithuanian passenger. Konstantinas, his full name. Kostas for short. Very, very likeable passenger indeed. Quite a celebrity around the paddock, quite a card actually. Good English language. Most of the guys speak English beautifully. It's very humbling actually. Look at them on the inside then. There, the number 14 crew. He's going really, really well. Justin Kuban, Nicky de Bruyne in the chair with him. So, oh, having said that, that's a commentator's curse. Got that one upside down. And, the 711, well, that's the big, big number we saw with one of the local guys getting tangled up. Dear me. Justin Kuban, well, not what you want to do. That was a little bit too much passenger activity, too much input over the rear wheel as they went round that left-hander. And it can backfire. If the sidecar wheel kicks up on the rut, that's what happens. Gordev and Stupelis, you can see there. further down the order. Koen Herman's now making headway after being bogged last. I tell you something, these are world-class riders, and an awful lot of them are in trouble around here. It's not the easiest track, and of course the ruts digging out like that make it quite one line as well. Passing is going to be very difficult. You're going to have to cross those ruts and get it lined up there. Bax and Mousset making progress through the field. They weren't exactly caught up in that tangle, but it did hamper their progress. They managed to get away and get going again. And they're playing catch-up, but they're fighting. They were 18th on the first lap. So, yes, they were caught up in that tangle. There is Bax. Etienne Bax then, third in the series this year after the first 3 races. We have 4 rounds, 3 races, 12 Grand Prix races, all points scoring, and it is so important to get it right. Kurt Varret, Larry Kunas leading the chase over that jump, and it always amazes me how they can get these bikes in the air over the jump the way they do and land in the ruts, because if you don't land in the ruts, you're in trouble, I can tell you. Veldman closing down Van Lukene. Marvin Van Lukene then, these two had a good battle towards the end of last season. Veldman somewhat spasmodic in his reliability, but that Mega, the Austrian-built Mega engine now seemingly good. You heard him say he put a new motor in, and I guess as he's the official Mega factory rider and development rider, there'll be no shortage of new motors if he wants one. Great stuff here at the Lange Motorkeskus. What a complex it is. Possibly one of the best we will visit on the WSC Tour in 2021. Looking forward so much, of course, to a big season next year. Off come the goggles from the Cermak boy, throws them to the left. Well, there's a souvenir for somebody. Maybe the marshal will retrieve them. But André Cermak now riding in the sand without goggles, so he's going to have to keep his head down. What did I say about getting bogged in? That's Tim Lefferink, the number 75. Well, his juvenile inexperience in the nicest way, just 17 years of age, he would have known that he had to get out of that rough stuff, but what's he done? He's managed to balk Adrian Petter and Miroslav Zatlukel, the number 24, and he got away, and a shove from them pushed him on his way and gave them the problem. So all's fair in love and war, and all's fair in sidecar motocross, I can tell you that. Daniel Williamson and Rodolphe Le Breton marching on. The 10 times world champion, not having the best of starts here, but making good ground. Working his way through. Experience counts for everything in these conditions, and when it's like this, it is so much a lottery. Our fixed camera there showing you just how deep and how singular the racing line is round there. There's really only one. Williamson won't get caught out like that. He knows his way around a sandy track. He knows exactly how much he can push it into the berm and how much he can get away with. Daniel Williamson doing a great job here over these bumps. That's a very deep drop down there. If it seemed like he disappeared forever, that's because he was in the bottom of that hill. And that hill is going to catch 1 or 2 out, I think. It already has done in practice. Red plate of Marvin Van Lukene and Robbie Bax. Coming up now among the tail-enders. That's Argo Polsar and Arno Peva, both Estonians, local boys, now at the back of the pack, about to be overtaken by the 2018 world champion. Van Lukene then, hand in the air, he and Robbie Bax, victorious in race 1 here in Lange, and a hatful of points to them, leading the series and winning race 1. That's not a bad start to the weekend for them. Struggling to find their way off the track, but a brilliant result, and what a great ride by Julian Veldman to bring it home second. There he is, Veldman and Cermak without goggles, making it through to second place, and Etienne Bax fighting his way up He's inside the top 10, and I'll tell you when I see the caption exactly where he finished. Congratulations then for Veldman and Cermak. A lot of sand, a lot of mud, a lot of hard work, 30 minutes plus 2 laps in those conditions, extremely, extremely tough. A good crowd here and a strong wind in Estonia, but they've turned out in their thousands to witness this. It is a Grand Prix after all, it's a World Championship event. Good ride by Williamson and Le Breton. And confirmation then of the result. Van Lukenen from Veldman. Williamson brought it home third ahead of Varick. We saw Varick strongly, but he must have faded. Tim Lefferink gets it home in fifth. How can that be? Fantastic. Van Verven 7th, Bax brought it home 9th. Jake Brown, Joe Millard, there they are, 12th. So they made it through with the left-hand chair. Not bad from those boys. Difficult conditions. And no mistaking the man at the top of the pile, though, the red plate holder.
Yeah, for sure, we are very happy. We know that the start was very important here. With the weather, yeah, the track was in heavy conditions, so we know that the start was very important and we take the whole shot. So yeah, that was very important and we can hold it to the end. So yeah, perfect.
Did you realize at any point that some of the top teams were far behind because they got stuck in the first part of the track?
Yes, after some laps, I think halfway the race, I see some top teams that we almost yeah, did one lap, and then I know that something was happened. So yeah, like I say, the start was important.
Of course, yeah, of course. Again, good start, and on the top, and to be in the finish 2 times first time. Yeah, I think so. It what we need more, but I think we need to focus for the both race and make a good from the technique side, from the engine, and I hope for the best. Yeah.
We was in 12th position with the start, so riding up, we had a very bad position. It was muddy, and I think the first corner we was in place 20 or something like that. In the beginning section of the track we were quite lucky because we could pass some teams, and we was in 4th, 5th position, and finally finished as third. Because of Rudolf is not that famous in the sand circuits, I think we can be happy now, for sure. It was better to have some more hard tracks because Rudolf here from France, he's more experienced in the hard tracks. So the sand is difficult, and like it was here today, it was really sand again.
Watch the World Sidecarcross Championship live on FIMSidecarcross.com. What will you get? The package includes professional live streaming from every race through the Sidecarcross Championship, interviews with top riders, backstage information, and much more. Live commentary from Barry Nutley and Bradley Hicks. These guys know their stuff. Sidecarcross live on FIMSidecarcross.com. Straight to the races.
And indeed, we are straight back to the races in Estonia. This is round 2. Welcome back to Lange. We've already had one fantastic day. Now we've got 2 more epic battles in this second Grand Prix of 2021. It's cooler, there's a stiff breeze, but did that keep the fans away? Not a bit of it. Everyone's happy to be back. So let's go. Race 2 then. And what a great race we had yesterday. Fantastic victory for Marvin van Lukenen. He brought it home first, and that was absolutely a terrific result. Julian Veldman going well. Etienne Bax, a dreadful start, got tangled up, finished 9th. So he's got work to do. Kurt Varick, Larry Kunis, looking good as well. This track here, dugout, they've had quads here. There's been an awful lot of activity on it. Koen Hermans, Glenn Janssens also were victims of that first lap tangle. Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart. Not a bad race for them. They'll be wanting to do more. This, the young sensation, Tim Lefferink, with Kostas Beletskas, the Lithuanian, alongside. Now moving in towards some of the local guys, Marcus Normack and Karl-Albert Kasasalu. Into 15 seconds. You all know what happens next. Once that board goes, we get the 5-second board and then the gate drops. If you touch that gate, your section will not drop. Tension building now. The nerves are jangling, I can tell you. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt. Down go the heads. It's in gear, clutches in. Revs rise, gate drops, and away they go. Charging up this beautifully prepared start-finish straight to what is a very difficult first right-hander and then the very tight left-hander, but it's Bax and Mousset rocketing away to a first turn hold shot, and what a great start for them. That's just what they needed this time round. Way down the back of the track over these very difficult jumps which have got ruts the other side of them. That makes it hard. Bax leading. Veldman, number 31. What a great season Veldman is having. Gert van Verven up there as well. Koen Hermans and Glenn Janssens with the dark blue and the yellow helmets over the jump. And not such a brilliant start for the red plate holder, Marvin van Leeuwenaar. There he is. And on the left there, trying to stay out of trouble, but cutting back through on the inside. Following Kurt Varrick round, the number 6 Kurt Varrick, and Larry Kunas, his Finnish passenger. When this really digs out, it's not quite as deep as we get in the Low Countries, the Netherlands and Belgium, but nonetheless, we end up with a very deep rut on some of the bends. It's been extensively watered prior to the event, and then we had rain, quite heavy rain. Van Leeuwenaar going past. Van Leeuwenaar alongside Tim Lefferink. This is an amazing young talent, just 17 years of age, the number 75 rider. Going to be good to see what he can do in the coming seasons, that is for sure. Around that left-hander they go. Well, you can already see they're in one line there. There's one deep rut which they're having to follow. They're going to have to go offline to do any overtaking moves. Lefferink leading Kurt Varrick, Larry Kunas, already covered in sand. It kicks up and it sticks as well. We saw yesterday André Cermak discard his goggles. That is not a fatal mistake, but it's a tricky thing to do, because once the goggles are gone, you really have to keep your head down, because you get that sand and grit under the eyelids, and it takes the best part of 2 days before Mother Nature washes it out for you. You end up very red-eyed, look as though you've been on the beer all night. Lefferink and the veteran Kurt Varrick. I'll call him a veteran because in terms of age comparison, he is so much more experienced than young Lefferink, who came up through the Academy of Sidecar Motocross, which they have in Holland. Teaches these youngsters to ride from as young as 8. They're on sidecar outfits. Koen Hermans, Glenn Janssens riding well together this year. A yellow flag out. Why is that? That looks like Gert van Verven. That looks like Van Verven, Van den Bogart. Upside down. Yes, it is. Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart. On the left of your picture there, up against the fence. Well, can he get it fired up? The TM, the Italian-built TM 4-stroke. Yeah, he's got it running. Looks a little bit battered, actually. Let's see what happened. Over the jump they came. Here they come. Oh, dear me. That was complete nosedive. Ben van den Bogart went down under the chair wheel, and it cartwheeled, rolled over and over. Another victim, that's a left-hand chair, that's Ian Copps and Paul Horton, one of only 2 left-hand chairs. Jake Brown, Joe Millard, of course, the British crew on the other one, and I'll give you an update as to that. Now, what happened to these boys? Oh, Paul Horton under the sidecar. Quite similar to the Ben van den Bogart incident, but went in a bit harder, completely ran him over. Lucas Cherney looking strong as well, riding the Czech Jawa. Good to see Cherney here. Bastien Chopin, his French passenger. I'm scrambling with my paperwork here. Very difficult early in the season to get familiar with these guys. My young co-commentator Bradley Hicks has done a great job, and Cherney has tipped it on its side. That's easy to do. When the sidecar wheel goes up over the high bank, or the berm as it's become to be known, it tips over. Back with the race leader, Etienne Bax then. Etienne Bax, Nicolas Mousset. Clean as a whistle they are. They've had no sand and dirt thrown at them. They're riding really, really well out front, and they're staying out of trouble. Bax, Mousset, reigning champions, of course, and in this very short, truncated season of 12 races, they need to make every single turn of the wheels count. Julian Veldman, André Cermak. They're pretty clean as well. They've not been following too much. They're out there in a very strong position. So good, so accomplished. Very, very tall, always smiling. Julian Veldman riding that CPD chassis with the Mega engine built in Austria. Very strong in go-karts as well. There's Van Lukener. Van Lukener and Robbie Bax, brother, of course, of the reigning champion, younger brother. In the early days, they rode together. Since then, Robbie Bax has had a variety of drivers. You often get it in the world of sidecar motocross. They chop and change. And there, Jake Brown and Joe Millard, the number 8 crew, bogged in on the inside, the second of the left-hand chairs. So they are wasting a bit of time there while they get the Zabel fired up. And those of us who have ridden in sidecar motocross know that agonizing moment, but it's Bax and Mousset take the checkered flag, and what a brilliant victory that is as they cross the ruts and head into the Parc Fermé. Second place it is for Veldman. Veldman and Cermak 16 seconds off the lead, so that was a massive advantage for Etienne Bax, and he built up a good lead. Third place for Hermans and Glenn Janssen, so that's a respectable finish for them. And did Van Lukener make it up to fourth? I suspect he did, not sure. I'll tell you when they go over the line, as the rest of them go over. Yes, he did. Van Lukener, Robbie Bax, fourth place, but 45 seconds off Bax's time. Well, that will have done Bax the world of good in terms of adjusted points in the standings. This is the overall after 2 races here in Lange. Veldman on top of the pile by just 1 point from Marvin van Lukener. Bax has moved up within sniffing distance of the lead. Varick, Williamson, Lefferink, what a star that kid is. And Gert van Werven, because of that big tumble, actually went out of the proceedings. There is talk of collarbone damage, not confirmed yet. Will he start race 3? That remains to be seen. And further down the order, all these guys. Well, that was a cracking race and a good result for Etienne Bax. Let's talk then to the 3-2-1 from that epic confrontation. Bax superior.
Yeah, we are feeling really good because yesterday we did crash in the first heat, and we did not have a good result. So now the start was not so good as yesterday in the beginning, but we came back to 3 and we finished on 3rd place. So yeah, we are really happy with this result.
Yeah, we could follow Etienne the first few laps. Then we got problems with the back markers, and I needed to let Etienne go. But yeah, we could control the race, and I'm happy with it.
What's the goal for the last race for today?
I need to win it.
All right, good luck.
Yesterday with the start we had some issues and we could not come out, but our lap times are fast all weekend, so we know that we can do this, but it needs to click, and at this heat it clicks, and was all okay, you know. We took a whole shot and we win the race with a comfortable lead, so this is all what you can ask for.
At which point did you realize that you have the good momentum going to be comfortable and lead the race in your pace?
Yeah, after a while we came in with some back markers and we were a little bit lucky with that. So Veldman dropped till 4 seconds behind us. And then I knew I saw already some good lines, but I did not want to take them because it would be an advantage for Veldman. So I was waiting till the gap for 4 seconds, and then we took some nice lines and we could make it till 10 seconds. So I'm happy, and hopefully in the third heat we can do the same.
Well, I tell you what, it's been absolutely amazing. This 12 race season is going to be cracking because we've got a real fight on our hands at the top of the table, and those guys know it. It's a four-way scrap at the moment. Any one of them can do anything here. Bax has got to get a good result, and he does get the whole shot again. Etienne Bax, Nicolas Musset, the number 82, flying out of the trap and into the first turn. Is everybody round safely? Yeah, they are. All a bit circumspect, but down the back and over these triple jumps, one after the other. The rut's clearing out. There is more than one line down there. They can go wide if they like. They're going to have to find passing places. Not the easiest here, but they're going to have to do it. Over the jumps. Yeah, on the left. Who's that over on the left? That is Marvin van Luken. Always a man for changing alternative lines, and he works very much on the philosophy that it's no good following. If you follow, all you can do is go at the same speed as the man in front. If you get on a different line, you give yourself a chance, and that's exactly what he's doing. On that left-hander, Etienne Bax, said Nicolas Musset, yellow helmeted, easy to pick out. Kurt Varrick had a flyer that time. Veldman in fourth. Not seeing Gert van Verven at the moment. That looks to me like Varrick in second place. Try and pick up the number. Kurt Varrick, such a strong competitor, has just improved and improved and improved. Jake Brown, Joe Millard there in red at the back of the bunch. Number 99 forcing through, says he, looking at his paper again. That's Tom van der Lagermaat and Robbie de Verner. Haven't seen much of them, but we're seeing them now. Right then, Bax leads. It's Van Luken in second. In third place, it is Varrick, and then it's Veldman. There go the race leaders, those four. Where's Koen Hermans? He'll be coming down here very, very soon, that's for sure. There he is, Koen Hermans and Glenn Janssens. So the top guys are up where they should be at the front of the race. Kurt Varrick, Larry Kunas over those triple jumps, and it's a long way down the drop from the other side, and that's where one or two have been caught out. It's a long drop. You go off it, and when you land, you're not sure. The takeoff is blind, and you're not sure where you're going to land. You have to take your chance with the ruts. Julian Veldman, André Chermak chasing now. They need to get the better of Varrick if they can. And this kid is good. He is fast. Into that bend, and there, that high berm. If you get in that, you're in deep trouble because it's very soft sand and it's building up. There's Hermans. Koen Hermans, Glenn Janssens, teamed up very well this year. Spoke to them in the off-season on some of our Facebook live chats. Always good to keep the momentum going when we were in that awful pandemic lockdown. We try to keep you entertained. We hope we did keep you entertained. Justin Kuban, Nicky De Bruyne, number 14. So this young pairing, Nicky De Bruyne's sister, of course, Kelly, so notably scoring Grand Prix points in the 2019 season. What a brave girl she is. Had a massive crash which gave her second thoughts about racing, I think. Haven't seen her out. Whether she's doing national championships or not, I do not know. The old master, Daniel Williamson, number 111, with Rodolphe Le Breton. And you wouldn't bet against Williamson winning another title, would you? But he is, I won't say in the twilight of his career, but just like Britain's Stuart Brown, he's the wrong side of the age when you really are in your prime. But nonetheless, what you lack in youth, you gain in experience, that's for sure. There's Lefferink, Tim Lefferink, going really, really well and having a good battle there. These two kids, they're so strong. You need to get a good passenger on board with you, and Lefferink has got in Kostas Beletskas, one of the best, the Lithuanian. A great passenger, lots of experience, and he's going to help that youngster to a very successful career. I can tell you that. Etienne Bax and Nicolas Mousset, I nearly said Casper Stupel is there, that took me back. Nicolas Mousset, the Frenchman, doing a great job for him. They're so clean, they're staying clean and tidy on the track, and they're staying clean and tidy. They won't have much washing to do of their laundry because they've stayed out of trouble, been out of front from the word go, and ridden what has to be an impeccable race here. Further behind them, well, there's terrific battle going on, but Marvin van Luken are there being dropped away, but he's in second place. He and Robbie Bax doing what they need to do. Pit signals coming over the fence. Excellent stuff. Look at Veldman. Veldman slotting by Kurt Varick over that jump and then taking the line. Excellent. Really good riding from Julian Veldman. Just look how he stretches his long, lanky body back over the bike. It's difficult to see. That chassis is built for him. It's designed round him. So the CPD proving to be a good choice for him. We have, of course, WSP product, we have VMC product, but now we have CPD chassis. Good to have the variety. And that different choice of engine as well. Veldman and Cermak did a lot of riding in the closed season. In the awful lockdown period, they were in the Czech Republic doing what they could. Number 151. That is Gert Gordeev and Kasper Stubelis, the Estonian with a Russian name. Kasper's just holding on with one hand, having a look. How relaxed do you want to be? Amazing stuff. Kasper's, of course, the Latvian, and so vastly experienced, the hard man in the world of passengers. And we've had a few of them over the years, haven't we? Noticeably hard men. And you have to be to do this job. Race leader Etienne Bax takes the checkered flag. Victory for him. Marvin van Luken chasing them all the way, and a great ride by Veldman. Van Luken it is in second place. Veldman, Cermak confirmed in third. Well, overall here in Lange, there you have it. How close do you want it? 62, 64, 65? Kurt Varick, Daniel Williamson, Lefferink, amazing that kid's done well. Beat Hermans on the day by 2 points. Kuban, Nicky De Bruyne in there, Kops and Horton. There's Tom van Lagermatt. Sorry I didn't mention you much, mate, but I will next time. I've always said, you ride, I'll talk about it. Jake Brown, Joe Millard did themselves better that time. And the rest of the guys making up the numbers but getting points. Fair enough. We need a full grid. Well, if his head was down after Yinin, his tail is in the air here in Lange. Let's hear from Etienne Bax.
I'm not completely satisfied, you know, because the day of yesterday broke us up. We had actually a good weekend all weekend. But yeah, the 9th place of yesterday screwed it up a little bit for us. So luckily we had today's 2 good races, and gives confidence for the future. But a little bit unlucky with yesterday, and yeah, you know, it needs to be better. You need to have a good weekend all weekend, and hopefully from Kremlin we can do this.
So now 2 weeks till Kremlin. What has to be done?
Yeah, and, nothing has to be done. You know, the starts are good at the moment. We feel good on the bike, so. We don't have to change a lot, you know, we just need to be more consistent, and I think this is what we need to change. And, you know, it's an open goal, you know, the title is still inside, and we can still make it.
Well, he mentioned Julian Veldman. This kid just never stops smiling.
Yeah, the start was not good. I could not pass Gert Varick, took too long. Then Etienne and Marvin were far away.
and I could close the gap a little bit, but it was too much. So I go for safe 3rd place and 2nd overall, and I'm happy with that.
Still heading into Crumlin, there's a very few point lead by Marvin. Can you take it in Crumlin?
Well, I think we can, because I've been a few times this year and last year on the track for practicing, so I know the track quite well, and yeah, I think it's possible. We need good starts for sure. I need to practice on that.
And does Marvin van Leeuwen keep the red plate or not? I wonder.
Yeah, at the end we are happy. It was not so easy for us. It was a tough track, but yeah, we can hold the red plate, and that was most important for us.
Were you stressed about coming in a race 3 with only 2-point difference with the Veldman-Chermak team?
No, the season is still long, and we can do just our best, and that's what we do in the 3rd race. So we are happy about today.
Absolutely terrific. Championship classification. Like I say, this short season has thrown up some interesting racing. Bax now just 17 points off the title lead. Very close at the top. Varick's in there as well. Williamson doing himself proud. Herman's playing catch up a little bit. Tim Lefferink, nothing short of sensational, 7th in his first season at the halfway stage. Van Verben, collarbone problems, didn't start that 3rd race, so our best wishes go to him. Quick recovery we need from you, Gert. Come on, mate, you can do it. And further down the order, all these guys. We're in the Czech Republic next time again at Kramelin. And I'll be there live, can't wait for it. I want to see these guys. Like I say, it's a short season, but what a season we're having. Great racing. Just 12 races. We're at the halfway stage. Join us in Kramelin. From me, Barry Nutley. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you there.
Why not? We never stop, still going when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we can win this. We got what's underneath. You're all about that image. We never even stop at the top, no limits. Champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. So bring it on.
Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupidus, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Leeuwen certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.